Welcome everyone to another episode of Starmade. Oh yes, in the previous episode we have built this explorer ship, which we're gonna use in today's episode to explore a bunch of planets. I just want to have a look at all the different planets there currently are, how they look like, and maybe what we could do with them in the future. But I also want to continue on the Mothership in today's episode. Those are my two main goals. But before we do that, I just need to correct a few things that I did in the previous episode. What I wanted to achieve with this ship is that it can shoot fast but not necessarily do a lot of damage. It is more of an escape ship, and of course you guys knew what I had to do. I actually had to combine two weapons computers with each other, or cannon computers how they're called now. So the support of my cannon computer is now another cannon computer, and of course this will have the effect if we actually get into flight mode, into the cockpit, we can shoot a little bit faster. That is great. We also seem to have a good power management going on. I do not lack any power whatsoever. Another thing that I forgot is that shields are now actually divided into two blocks. One is for the shield capacity, another one is for the shield recharge rate. So if we have a look at this block here, I installed about 30 or so shield recharges, or maybe only 20. It doesn't really matter, but in the end I ended up with 115 recharge rate per second for about 2,500 shield capacity. So that's fine, we can take a bunch of hits and we should be flying away and the shields will recharge. Now before we go on an exploration, I want to finish wedging this ship off. So there's a bunch of wedges that are missing, as well as on the bottom you can see there's nothing done yet. So once I have done that, I will show you the results and then we're gonna have a look at all the different planets. Okay guys, so I think what we have here is not too shabby at all. I removed almost all of the yellow and exchanged it with red and blue and white. So these are the three colors we're going for. I still don't have enough wedges, but I also don't have enough credits right now. So what I think we're gonna do is go on an explorer mission, maybe also take apart a few things in the process so that we have more stuff that we can sell to the shops and get some money again. So I think in order to do this properly, we probably best get back to our planet, and what we're gonna do is place a bunch of plex storages all over the place in the tower so that we can get rid of our items that are clogging up our inventory that we're not gonna use in the immediate future. So I think we're gonna park, in quotes, the ship right here. There we go. All I want to do is go inside of here, and I believe this here might be one of the places where we have a bunch of plex storages. But as with so many things in this world, it's probably gonna be a temporary storage block anyways. So let's go ahead and get rid of everything that we don't necessarily need. Look at these cool new textures for the ores. That's really something interesting. Also, with the recent news, I read that they actually have implemented debris when you destroy things now. So that could be interesting. But anyways, I think one major goal for this series is also going to be to actually blow up a planet. I want to see this happen. I want to see how that looks like. Okay, I think that's all. So basically what I want to keep in my inventory for now is just my weapon, my helmet of course, some build blocks, all of my, normal blocks that I still have, and of course also my black and gray hull as usual. But I think with that we can easily take apart some more stuff and fill up our inventory with new precious loot again. So let's go ahead and attempt to get back in our ship. Yeah, I was just able to jump in. We're gonna open the door, close it behind us of course, and we can jump back into the ship core. So let's go on a little explorer / collecting materials mission. Okay guys, so here we are at our first red planet. Or I think I visited a red planet before, but it was kind of in the shadows. This time it's not loading, it's just loading the middle parts of them, but that's fine. What I want to show you guys is this debris feature that has been implemented. This is insane, you have to see it. So what we're gonna do is simply take apart a bunch of asteroids and also this space station over there. But before we do that, let's hit this asteroid with our new weapons. And look at this, guys. Isn't that freaking insane? This is crazy. This is just, I love it. Look at this, the debris. It's debris. Oh guys, this is freaking insane. I love this new feature. And also, as you can see, as soon as there is too much debris forming and it kind of hits your performance, then the debris will disappear. I also read that it actually depends on your performance, so if your computer is a little bit slower, you will see less debris. Isn't that just great? Am I the only one that finds that great? Why are you not saying anything? Oh, I see, I'm talking to myself here. But anyways, let's have a look at this weirdly shaped asteroid. Whoop. Let's shoot at this guy too a few times, just for fun, shits and giggles. Oh man, we definitely have to take apart a planet. Oh geez, as soon as the mothership has some weapons, we are gonna blow up a planet. I promise you that, guys. So let's take a few asteroids apart and also the space station right over there. Hold me now, I'm 6 blocks from the edge and I'm thinking, why aren't you loading now? Well guys, we appear to have a problem. I cannot get any of the planets to load, unfortunately, so I will not be doing any work on them just right now. That might be just a temporary issue, it might be even client-sided, I don't even know why, but the chunks aren't loading. Also, another thing I didn't anticipate is that currently you cannot place a build block on the asteroids and take them apart using this feature. So we'll have to wait until we have a proper harvester in order to take apart the asteroids. What I do have though from my journey is almost 4 million credits, which should be enough in order to get some more building materials so that we can continue on the mothership. So let's do that for the rest of the episode. Right guys, so back we are at the mothership. I haven't bought any materials yet. We first have to decide on what we actually want to achieve in today's episode. So today's goal, I believe, is going to be building up a dome structure for this part right here. What I want to have here is basically the cockpit, or I believe in English for a large ship it's called the bridge. I'm not sure, but anyways, where everyone is going to be, basically where all the computers are and the piloting seat. That's what we want to achieve here. Also, what we should be doing is filling up all of these surfaces so that we have a better idea how large these hangar bays are actually gonna be. But they're gonna be definitely long enough, but I think they're gonna be large enough. They're like 100 by 100 blocks or something, one of those squares. So we'll have the possibility to park 2 large ships and also 2 smaller ships on the back here, and further in the back there's going to be the drives. So let's focus on this part though in today's episode, and we shall see what we can come up with. Oh guys, look at this. Oh guys, I'm really happy how the shapes have turned out of this encasement. This was really challenging to build. I'm afraid of building structures like this, but obviously with the symmetry mode it was a lot easier. So this is basically the interior encasement of the bridge. I fear, in contrast to the whole ship, it might be slightly too small, but when we are inside of it, it is ginormous. It is a ginormous bridge where we can have lots of computers, lots of cockpit stuff, and, you know, just make ourselves comfortable and cozy in there and make us feel home. But I'm really happy. We'll have to fix a bunch of issues when it comes to connecting the different modules together. Well, this is just one module, but you know what I mean. I want to basically have a smooth transition all the way upwards to this ceiling so it doesn't look too out of place. But this encagement, I think it turned out really well. Let me know what you think about it. Now, as I said in previous episodes, before we do too much decoration and wedging stuff out, we should really get things going with the shapes. I need to know how exactly this whole mothership is gonna turn out before we go ahead and do some detail work. Another thing someone mentioned in the comment section is that lava tends to have a really high mass, thus slowing down your ship if you use it in too large quantities, so thank you very much for that hint. But we're still gonna go with a lava and ice crystal decoration throughout the whole ship to kind of keep a nice slick design idea going. So if we look in our inventory, we still have 621 ice crystals. That's not gonna suffice at all. We're gonna be in trouble with that. But I think we do have plenty of lava. So I think for the rest of the episode, we're gonna try to add a bunch of ice crystals to this contraption, just to kind of figure out where all the power lines, in quotes, are gonna go, and how we could possibly decorate it in the end. Right, so I think one thing we can assume for sure is that we're gonna replace these guys with ice crystals, just the ones that can be seen from the outside. We'll also have to think whether or not we're gonna install a bunch of windows right here. Theoretically it isn't necessary, but it might actually look cool in some places. Okay, that should be good. Oh my gosh, this is gonna look epic. This is gonna look epic, and it's gonna fit the theme of the overall canon that we have going on here. So right, we don't want to exaggerate, but theoretically we could have some of these support beams just be ice crystals. Okay, let's maybe leave two normals in between, and we're gonna replace this one with ice crystals as well. Check out how it looks like. Okay, we're almost done with this one as well. There we go. And yeah, I think that's definitely gonna be it. And maybe we should have one more line just going across here. That might actually be very nice. Just, you know, just to outline this edge a little bit. Yeah, I'm undecided. What I'm gonna do now is just finish off the whole thing with the black hole, so that we have that finished, and then we can have a look at the end result. Well guys, so here we are with the whole dome-ish structure finished. There's still a few mistakes that I will have to fix and get rid of so that it all makes a lot more sense. But all in all, I'm really happy with what we have achieved in today's episode, which is why it's probably about the time to wrap it up. But we now have basically the setup for our bridge slash cockpit slash computer room or logic room. For whatever we are gonna use that, we have plenty of room. Well guys, thank you so much for your support on this series. Thank you for your likes and comments, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye bye.